What's going on, everybody? It's Monkeyfarm, and we are back today with another Create Mod tutorial. I'm really glad you guys are liking these tutorials so far. So here is another one. Today we're going to show you how to make an up-down elevator. I built one of these during one of my live streams a few days ago to go up to my mob farm in the sky. So I needed to get up there, and climbing the ladders was no fun anymore. So we built an elevator, and it works really cool, and it's fun to ride and everything. So let's show you how it works. So I've chosen to kind of hide it in the ground, make it flat and level, and just come up here, push the button, and we are ascending into the sky. We come up to the top. Hey, here we are. We grab our stuff, whatever. We do our things, and then we push the button again. And here we are again, down at the ground. So let's show you how to build it. All right, I'm going to build this above ground so you can see everything going on. So we have linear chassis, which we have used in several builds before. So what you want to do is lay out your platform with all these linear chassis pointed up and down, all in the same direction. So this is a little bit bigger than the one we were riding over there. What is this, 5 by 5? Let's do 5 by 5. All right, and then what we need to do is we have to have another linear chassis, which is going to be kind of our grabbing block that's going to grab onto this entire platform. So we need that to point sideways. Now, the reason I broke this block is we also have to make it sticky. If you don't make it sticky, it's not going to grab onto the platform, and it's not going to lift it up, and you won't really have a working elevator. So the reason we have this block sideways is we have our wrench, and we need to tell this block how big our platform is. Otherwise, let's say you built this underground like I did over there. Let's say this was ground level, and you built it nice and flat. This is currently grabbing 8 blocks. So this thing's going to grab the ground and potentially your house if you build it in a house, and it's going to start trying to lift up your house, which is going to cause some problems. So we are going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. Doesn't matter what these are set to because we're not making them sticky and we're not really attaching any blocks to them. If you do want to attach a chest or something like that, you would want to make it sticky. And then go ahead, let's see, I don't have a chest, but anyway, this is useful for more than just, elevating players. If we had a chest here and we wanted to transfer items from, say, way up there down to here, we could have, extractors or transposers or whatever down here to take items out of the chest when the elevator comes to the bottom, right? So it's, like I said, it's more useful than just elevating players, but we're going to show you how to make it work, and then you can do whatever you want with it, whenever you build it in your world. So the way this works is we have a rope pulley. So we're just going to build this up real quick, and we want the rope pulley to be placed above this sideways chassis. So let's just go ahead and do that. And the way you can tell it's pointed down is you have this little square kind of thing pointed down. And basically what this is, it's attached to a rope, and it's going to lower down, and it's going to grab onto this. And then since this chassis is grabbing 5 blocks out, all these are connected, and bam, that's going to be our platform. So it seems like we're done, right? But we're not. Don't you worry. We have some more to do, and there's a reason for that. We need to worry about making the switches work. So here's a gear shift, and this will basically power the redstone or unpower the redstone to tell it what direction to go, right? And we're going to throw a motor on this. Of course, this is only available in creative, but you can attach a windmill to it. You can attach, whatever spinning force you create in the world. If you need to know about that, I have a Create Mod overview video that kind of tells you the different ways you can generate power. So right now, the motor is lowering the rope, and then if I power this, it will raise the rope, and there is our elevator all the way up at the top. Now the problem is I just flick that lever. So how do I get it back up? Let's say this is out of range, which it's not, but let's say it was out of range. how would we power this from way down below? Well, we figured this out in my live stream where we kind of ran into this problem. We're like, oh, well, how do we call the elevator up? If the elevator's at the bottom and let's say I'm up at the top, how do I get the elevator up to me? Or let's say I left it up on top and jumped off into the water or something. If I'm down here, how do I call the elevator to me? So those of you old school redstone circuit people will know that we just need a T flip-flop, right? And we need to power it from the top and the bottom so we can call the elevator from wherever location we want to call it from. So if we want to call it from down here or call it from up there, we can do so. But what we need to do, by the way, there's an easy way to do a T flip-flop using this mod, and I'm going to show you real quick. And it's really cool. Let's put a hoe in here and a slime ball. We've got our slime ball hoe right here, coating our redstone circuit. And then let's make a little platform up here. I can make a little box around the platform, I guess. All right, that should be the right size, sort of. Okay, then what we need to do is put the redstone link here as the receiver, but we need one more thing. There's our hoe, and there's our slime ball. We need to make this the receiver, so I've got to squat and right-click, so make sure this is has a little disc on it. Now, there's a special redstone block here called the powered toggle latch, and I'll show you what this does. Basically, it's a T flip-flop, but it looks like a repeater. So let's grab some redstone. Why don't we... Where's the redstone? Right here. So if we put a button down here, that will toggle that to on, even though the button's off. If we toggle it again, it'll shut off. Now, we can't have a lever. If we pushed a button on this right now, without the T flip-flop, the elevator would go up for a bit, and once the button shuts off, the elevator would go back down, right? So obviously we can't have a lever doing this because it would leave the power on. Let's use a nice weird looking red block. Let's go ahead and throw... We need a little bit more room back here. Let's throw this button down here on this block, and then let's put our redstone signal here on this. So now we have a transmitter from the top floor and the bottom floor, and they're both connected to this with the T flip-flop. So right now the elevator is trying to go down, but we can toggle that, make it go up, and when it hits the top, it stops. And if we want to toggle it back down, we just click that button again. Now let's say it was up there. Can we call the elevator to us? Well, let's put a button over here. Sorry you can't really see it. That block is kind of the same color. Let's say we're down here and the elevator's up there. Bam. Call the elevator towards us, and simple as that. So like I said, we built this in my survival world on livestream, and it's super fun because the mob spawner is like that high up in the sky in my world. So it's a really tall elevator, and I think this is pretty much limitless. I don't think it has a limit. Is that it? I think that might be it. So I hope you enjoyed this. It's really fun to use for some weird reason. One thing I recommend is don't jump or crouch when it's in use. I'm in creative mode, so I guess it doesn't do anything, but I accidentally like fell through it when I was riding it because I jumped or I crouched or something like that. Luckily there was water underneath me, but so I didn't die. But anyway, you get the picture. So it's super fun. It can go any distance, and yeah, it's actually pretty easy to build and doesn't require a lot of intensive resources with the mod. So that is it. I hope you guys subscribed and liked the video so you can be notified of future videos, and we'll see you next time.